Hi, my name is Patricia and I'm a product UX designer, and today I will be going to Config in San Francisco. Thank you to my team for providing this opportunity for me to attend the conference. Really thankful for that. It's really awesome when companies support external learnings outside of work. Here's a quick look at what I got for my swag bag when I was registering for my badge. So I think this is a playbook that's filled with onboarding templates as well as icebreakers and other tools to use as a product or UX designer. All right, I got my badge. Now let's go to Config. So here's the map of the conference, and I was trying to find the room where Figma Like the Pros talk was going to happen in, and unfortunately that room was already packed, so I had to head down to the main hall to watch it instead from there.
Oh my gosh, oh my gosh. My name's Femke. I'm a design lead at Gusto.
Case. Brian is the CEO and co-founder of Airbnb, and I looked at the entire Fortune 500, all the CEOs, and I believe, correct me if I'm wrong, that you are the only designer CEO in the Fortune 500.
If there's another one, I'd love to meet them.
And it was the first moment I realized that someone was making fun of me. That the kids at the playground were laughing at how I walked. I knew my walk was different than theirs. I just hadn't realized that they would notice. If by the end of this talk you feel like giving us a standing ovation, we feel that would be perfectly appropriate.
So Figma also announced a lot of releases for new features such as variables, as well as new auto layout functionality, font preview, and also dev mode as well. And you can look onto their community files and find the files that will allow you to explore those modes. Right now I'm exploring auto layout and dev mode. One of the biggest features that was talked about in the opening note for Config was dev mode. Previously, Figma had inspect mode next to prototype, but now they have moved inspect under dev mode. Essentially, dev mode is meant for developers to have their own view on the designs and code, and also this is supposed to be a solution to help improve dev handoff for development. So here's an example of dev mode turned on. You can see when you select a design element, it'll show all the code, the image assets, as well as the padding and sizing and everything you need to know for a design. I almost forgot that Adobe recently acquired Figma. But anyways, Adobe Illustrator is having some new AI feature capabilities where you can change the color scheme of your design based on the prompt you type in. And it's really interesting to see Adobe products going in the AI directions too. So I'm sure that there's going to be a lot more new products that are going to come out with AI capabilities. So I highly recommend this talk by Slack. It's called Prototyping the Path, How to Build a Product with Customer Love. And this really opened my eyes as a designer because I had no idea how much importance there was on product principles. And basically what product principles are is it sets the foundation of how products should be built and how it shouldn't be built. And this also helps get alignment from individual contributors on how the product should be built, and it's supposed to help make faster product decisions as well. Some of the points that I thought was interesting was how there was an emphasis on if you create a hypothesis and you test it by testing the prototype immediately, then it generates more hypothesis that comes out of it, basically more things that you can test with, which I found interesting. My favorite part about this talk is when the speaker brought up so many great examples to help match the product principles. And it was really great to see how that idea came to life and how it's live on Slack as part of their features. And another thing is how interaction design brought customer delight. So that was really cool to see that as well, because I feel sometimes interaction design isn't talked about as much in these talks. So it was great to see how that also tied into how to build a great product with product principles. Another talk that I found really fascinating was when Duolingo found a way to integrate ChatGPT, an AI product, into their language product. So go check that out because it is fascinating on the process on how they try to integrate AI with their product. So one of the important takeaways that I got from this talk is really understand the capabilities of a new tool such as ChatGPT. How much can it do, and also like what are the limitations, and also it's like asking the question of how can we implement this new tool with our current product? How does it answer or solve the user needs? And it was really cool to see how they were able to build 2 new features from using ChatGPT. One was a role play feature, which is ChatGPT basically acts as a language partner where you can practice the new language with. They role play with you in different scenarios and also allowing users to learn from their mistakes. So ChatGPT would go in and correct the users if they are using a grammar wrong or a sentence structure incorrectly. So this one is a really great talk that talks about how you can use AI as a powerful tool for building your product. This talk was extremely educational for someone like me who's very new to accessibility, and I really want to learn about best practices. And this talk was so wonderful because I had no idea that you can use Chrome DevTools to analyze an accessibility tree. And basically what an accessibility tree does is that it breaks down the design element and also helps you find like the missing pieces of like maybe that there's this design element that doesn't have a accessibility label on it. So what I really loved about this talk is the examples were so easy to follow along, and it was a real bite-sized summary on accessibility. And you could see how the speaker changes the code in order to create a better accessibility experience. And she also used a screen reader, which I haven't had the experience of using, but it was really nice to see how that tool is used or how users use it for accessibility, and seeing it read like the labels out loud with the corrected code was really fascinating to me. So go check that out. So I felt like for this config, a lot of focus was emphasized on developer and designer collaboration, especially within all the new features that were released. And also I felt a lot of the topics were really focused on design systems, as well as how to integrate AI into your product, or talks about AI, like is AI going to take over designers' jobs? Are we not going to have jobs anymore? Those type of topics. And I feel like that there's going to be a big learning curve for all the new changes that are happening for both developers and designers when going into Figma this upcoming year, just because, again, with all those new features, definitely it's going to take some time to really learn about the capabilities as well as how to use them correctly, because every company is very different in terms of what, even if there's like a lot of new features, it's like, how can we use this to improve our process, improve the designs, and also make it more clear for developers when doing design handoff to them. I feel like as a product UX designer or any type of designer, there's so much every year to keep up with, and it can be overwhelming. And that's okay. Like, you know, you just have to take it easy and see like what areas you want to grow in, what areas you want to focus on. And I know all the features that are coming out is a lot, because I myself, I'm not as integrated in AI as some other colleagues or other designers that I follow. And that's okay. You know, everyone has to take their own time in figuring out, you know, which areas they want to focus a bit more in terms of learning, because that takes a lot of time and also brain power to just absorb new knowledge and all of that. But I'm very excited about the future of mixed realities, as well as how AI is going to change the way that we design products. So hopefully, if there's any other new AI content or any other design trends that are coming up, I'm hoping that I can keep up and learn more. And Config was a great way to just learn about Figma as a product, but also attending all of these talks opened my eyes to, oh, you know, there's more things coming in the future, like not just AI, but also the importance of the design system, and also listening to leaders in design as well to just understand like how they got their products to where they are today. So yeah, maybe I'll attend the next Config, I'm not sure, but definitely really thankful that Figma has this conference, and also they have it online, so if you want to attend virtually, that's fine too. It's free, and they have recordings on YouTube, which I'll link in the description. But yeah, I hope that this provided some insight on the conference itself, as well as the new tools, and see you in the next video.
As always, thank you for watching my videos, and I hope you enjoyed this content. If you do, please feel free to subscribe, share, and like, and I'll see you guys next time.